Again, as I mentioned to you, this is a huge hydraulic jack. What we have down below here is a reservoir, a bucket, large container of oil. We push the oil through this line into the jack. This will lift. Notice that this is all one frame. These jack screws here, don't touch the jack screws because that's terrible grease. Did you get it on there?
Yeah.
Go get some paper and wipe it off because it gets on your clothes, it's awful. All right. The dial, again, is nothing more than a pressure gauge. There's a line going to that from the back, goes down to the oil reservoir, connects to this line. There is a return line here, connects to the feed line, because what we do is we use the oil to lift this whole structure. As we lift it, it just goes up. If we want to do a tensile test, we put it between these two. We want to do a compression test, we'll go from here to here. We push this into this. Obviously, this is positioned wherever I want it to be. So I can bring this down. And again, it's slow. You don't load with this. You cannot load with this. It's got to be the hydraulics. Okay? You see the whole principle of the machine. It is easy, right? Okay. You got two valves here. These two handles, fancy handles. They're just like the handles on your faucet if you have a hot and cold. You have unload, load. So this is the load valve. This is the unload valve. Of course, we got buttons here to control the pump. There's my stop. That's the motor driving the pump. If I open this valve, you're going to see that go up. Now I need to do that. Every time you use one of these machines, first thing you need to do is get some oil between the two plates. There's a cylinder here that's holding this, and what you want to do is feed oil in between that plate and the plate that's going to be lifting this guy. Alright, so you need to get some oil in there. You can see it start to go up. You see it go up? Okay. Once you get it going up a little bit, get some oil in there, you can shut it off. It's called floating the table. And you have to do that in order to zero in your scales here. We have three scales. 0 to 1,200 pounds, 0 to 12,000 pounds, 0 to 60,000 pounds. That number down there is critical. It'll tell us which one we need to use. Which one we're going to use.
60,000.
Okay. So, it's set here. Notice this has two dials. This dial will go up according to the load. When it reaches breaking point, it leaves that one there and this one will come back down. You'll see it in operation. So we're looking at 24,000. We're up in here. All right? Okay. Takes a little bit to put the piece in. These guys here are called jaws. I'm going to use these two and these two. Now they're just like a vise. Father has one at home to put your fingers in and crush your fingers. Did you do that? Have you put something in and crushed it? My kids always crush pencils. They liked it. I don't know why, but I had a vice in the basement. They always crushed things, and that's fine. As long as you don't put your fingers in. Okay. Now, again, let me point out some engineering. Some of the engineering that you will learn in the classroom is fantastic. But there's also what I term seat of the pants engineering. It's engineering that you learn through either people like myself who has some experience. It's not in textbooks, but it's just there for you to look at and see. You notice these guys, okay, the first thing is that they're grooved, obviously, to take a round piece. These are flat, take a flat piece. Makes sense, right? Notice they're knurled, machined, so they grab the thing. In fact, these, well, we'll get to that later. Notice they're in a V shape. Okay? They got teeth on them because of the machine. Now these will go on top like this. These will go on the bottom like this. Why?
It's a wedge.
Okay. And what happens?
Well, they force themselves down and they get stuck.
Yes. As you tighten up, as you pull, they squeeze each other more and more to the point where they can't squeeze anymore because the rod is preventing it, which makes them tight. They won't move. Okay? Now, for these guys, we have problems with them because they slip, and we have to roughen them up. And I'll show you how to do that next Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to put two up here. Now, you check these two things. These prevent the jaws from coming down. And these teeth go, this is a handle here. I'm going to put a handle on in a minute. This is our handle so that you can manipulate them. If you can see them back there, I think you can see them sticking out the top. Okay, in addition, I'm going to put what's called shims. There are 2 quarter-inch shims. These are all the same. These go on the outside. And then there's some 1/8 inch shims.